The boxing world had some really sad news over the weekend with the passing of George Foreman. Of course, Foreman was a great fighter as a two-time heavyweight champion of the world, but when I think of him, I think of what a great man he was before the boxing. Two words come to mind when thinking of George Foreman: faith and humility. Foreman had a really tough upbringing, coming from the 5th Ward in Houston, Texas. There was one occasion where he was chased by the police and had to crawl under a house in order to escape the police dog. However, he was given a chance to escape these circumstances by signing up for the Job Corps, run by Jim Brown, the former running back for the Cleveland Browns. Foreman said being in the Job Corps was the first time he ever had 3 meals in one day. However, he always got in trouble for fighting and was encouraged to start boxing, so at 17 he took up the sport. And by 1968 he was a gold medal winner in Mexico City at the Olympic Games. This all made Foreman very patriotic, as he felt he was given a chance by Lyndon Baines Johnson's anti-poverty program, and he would go on to meet President Johnson following the Olympics. Around this time, Foreman would also meet Muhammad Ali for the first time in Miami. Ali showed Foreman a briefcase which Foreman believed was filled with money. However, there was only a telephone inside, and Foreman said he knew Ali was crazy from this moment on. Foreman's first real test as a professional would also be in his first attempt at the world title against Joe Frazier in Kingston, Jamaica in 1973. Foreman would score 6 knockdowns in only 2 rounds to win the title at 24 years old. Foreman's foreboding character was on full display, modelled on his idol, Sonny Liston. His knockout streak would continue with a devastating victory over Ken Norton, another man who, along with Joe Frazier, had defeated Muhammad Ali. Many thought that Ali would face the same fate in Zaire in 1974, as he was thought to be washed up at the age of 32. However, as everyone will know, that didn't quite go to plan. Ali was a man possessed, and he would do anything it takes to win.
That's right. I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. That's bad. Only last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean I make medicine sick. Fast. Last night I cut the light off in my bedroom, hit the switch, was in the bed before the room was dark. Fast. You, George Foreman, all of you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him. All of you. I know you got him. I know you got him picked, but the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
Ali would employ the rope-a-dope, sitting back on the ropes and counter-punching, allowing Foreman to punch himself out as he kept swinging away to body and to head. By round 8, Ali struck, landing a devastating right hand, and a tired Foreman fell down, unable to make the count. After the fight, Foreman would struggle to come to terms with the loss, saying he had hate for Ali. And this led him to take part in a disaster of a night, where he took 5 men on in one night. Following this, Foreman would fight Ron Lyle in what was one of the best heavyweight slugfests of all time. The pair traded knockdowns until Foreman finally kept Lyle down. However, his invincible aura that was present before the Ali fight was well and truly gone. Foreman was almost in a position for another shot at Ali, and he would face Jimmy Young. However, he was knocked down early and only fought to a draw. Foreman is said to have a religious experience after the fight, likely struggling with heat exhaustion. However, for 10 years following, he didn't even make a fist, and became an evangelist and a preacher. Foreman said he did not watch TV for 10 years, and went from £220 to £300 in this time. He also acknowledged Ali at this time, accepted him, and loved him. He would open a youth and community centre in order to help young people. However, eventually it started to take every dime he had, and he had to go back into boxing in order to keep it running. He was 315 pounds on the scale, and started by walking instead of running in his training. As word of his comeback spread, he was ridiculed by the media.
Making a George Foreman. It's a living advertisement. for why boxing should be abolished.
People just don't come back after 10 years and perform at the highest levels of their craft.
He has gone from being spectacular to becoming a spectacle.
However, Foreman would make his way up from the bottom of the rankings very gradually. He faced many journeymen until his first real test came in 1990 against Jerry Cooney in a bout billed as the Preacher versus the Puncher. Foreman would shock many by knocking out Cooney within 2 rounds. This set up a huge fight versus Evander Holyfield, which gained massive publicity as Foreman leaned into his old man gimmick and the fact that he had a slightly larger belly than before. Although Holyfield would win, the fight was very competitive, and Foreman became a real household name. However, a decision loss to Tommy Morrison threatened to end the entire comeback. However, the stars would align in 1994 when Michael Moorer beat Evander Holyfield. Seeking a big payday, Moorer sought out Foreman, so at 45 years of age, Foreman would have one more chance at regaining his heavyweight title. Foreman was miles behind on the scorecards, however he remained very patient. Foreman believed that Moorer would become overconfident and eventually stand in front of him and try and trade. And this is exactly what happened in round 10, as Foreman lined Moorer up, letting go with a short right hand, ending the fight. This miraculous moment sums up Foreman's career and life. As already mentioned, George Foreman was a great man as well as a great fighter, and he will be sorely missed by the boxing world and the world at large. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to make the most out of every moment you have, and I'll see you all again soon.